Hey guys, it's Garrett back, and I'm just gonna say this before the video starts. This is not gonna be edited at all. This is straight up my reaction after watching the Purdue Virginia game today on March 30th, 2019. I think it's 30th. Let me check on that. Yeah, March 30th. First off, I'm just gonna tell you a story. I'll tell you the first story. My dad went down there, and I was not fortunate enough to get to go. They met Gene Katie today. My dad got selfie with Eric Hunter. He met Tyler Eifert. He met Tyler Eifert's dad, and he met Grady Eifert too. So that was cool for him. But the my reaction after the game is, well, I'll tell you this story first. So my dad has been a Purdue fan since forever. He's seen the up and downs of Purdue sports more than I have, and he's always told me this story after the 2000 uh, Elite Eight game where we lost to Wisconsin. His dad called him on the phone, said, "Sean, it's been a great season," and that's what my dad did to me today. I called him. He said it immediately. That hit close to home because my grandpa passed away a couple years ago, and that really did hit close to home, you know. And I'm really sad. I'm really sad that we lost the game. But all due respect, before I get into Purdue, all due respect to Virginia, Kyle Guy, outstanding. I have talked crap about Kyle Guy since day one. I've always think he's too big for his too big for his jeans, or too big for his shorts, or whatever the saying is. Uh, Honestly, he played outstanding. I'm not gonna sit here and complain that he's not that good anymore. I've all due respect to Kyle Guy. Same with their Hunter guy. He was really good too. That one guy who would just shoot threes. I'm not a big Virginia fan, if you couldn't tell. And that one guy with white hair. Oh shoot, it's like he has a really weird last name. It starts like a O or something. All due respect to those guys. I'm sorry I do not remember your names. But now, let's get into my Purdue season. I remember sitting on the couch watching the Notre Dame game. I'm like, we're not gonna make the tournament. I remember my English teacher coming into the room, and he's like, you guys are gonna have to get some wins to get in the NCAA tournament. He's an IU fan. I was like, yeah, IU's a lot better than Purdue this year. We're gonna make the NIT. Those are my exact words. Well, it was actually the opposite. Purdue ended up making the tournament a 3 seed that I thought was overrated for them at the time, because we had a great season. We lost to Minnesota twice, we lost to, I forgot. And then we lost to Minnesota out of nowhere, and then lost to Minnesota again, the first game of the Big Ten tournament. I remember my dad calling. He's like, "We're not gonna get out the first week of the NCAA tournament." Coming NCAA tournament time, we beat Old Dominion. We beat Villanova huge. I mean, that was awesome. Beating the defending national champion by 29 points. That's something you're not going to see every day. Beat Tennessee barely. I'm not going to say barely. We beat Tennessee. And, well, the overtime stuff, I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that game. It was the right call, though. That's all I'm going to say. But today, Virginia was a better team. Coming into the day, I'm like, there's no way we're going to lose to Virginia. It's Virginia, Kyle Guy is the most overrated player in the country. Blah, 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 blah. Virginia was the better team than us. Virginia wanted the game more. It is really disappointing, obviously all those players aren't gonna. I don't think they're gonna know the history of Purdue like I do, and that's respectable. I'm not gonna argue with that, but yeah, but I just they wanted the game a lot. I wanted them to do it for Gene because my aunt, I just got off the phone with my aunt. My aunt said that my uncle who went to the game too has said he's not doing the best. He's kind of crazy, cuckoo, and man, so many things. My grandpa who died 3 years ago now. He's a big mentor in my life. He's the reason I'm a Purdue fan. We could have done it for him, man. He always wanted to see us succeed. He would always get mad when we lost, even in the Daryl Hazel days of football, when we were really bad in basketball. He always got mad when we lost. And I just wanted to do it for him. I wanted to do it for everybody. I, we're reaching 5 minutes here, and I'm just rambling on about our luck. I really wanted to see us get to the Final Four. That was one of my biggest dreams. That's what I'm saying. There's two hopes. Well, let's say there's one big thing I wanted to happen in 2018, calendar year 2018, for Purdue to beat Ohio State. We dominated Ohio State. But then this year, after we started off terrible, got ourselves back together, I'm like, yeah, I think we can really do this, I really think that we could make a tournament run. Nobody else saw it. He's like, you're an idiot, blah, 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 this, blah, that. We made it to the Elite Eight. Nobody expected us to make it to the Elite Eight. And we almost made it to the Final Four. Almost. Almost isn't actually. And, man, it just sucks because, the rumor, I don't think Painter's going to take a new job at UCLA or wherever he's predicted to go now. But if this was Matt Painter's last year, it sucks. If this was Carson Edwards' last game, it sucks. But I have faith in them. I think that Matt Painter will not leave Purdue. I think that Carson Edwards will not leave Purdue. I think that he will watch that clip of him inbounding that ball to Ryan Klein for the rest of the offseason. It's going to be stuck in his head every day. He's going to watch it back and forth in his head, and that's about all that's going to happen. So, also want to talk about Grady Eifert. The announcers, they were going kind of crazy when Grady Eifert got that offensive rebound. Don't get me wrong, I was jumping up and down too. Like, we just, that's, and what's his name? Chris Webber. Why does he hate the Big Ten so much? I'm not saying he was talking crap about us all day. He just wasn't like, he just doesn't like the Big Ten as much as he likes other conferences. And, I'm not going to, I don't think he's the best announcer. But, yeah. But, again, and I was talking about Grady Eifert. He deserved that. Ryan Klein, if he hit that free throw, the game would have been over. Game would have been over and done with. We would have been the Final Four by now, And, stuff doesn't always work the way you want it to, and that's how you're going to live this. Matt Painter's going to tell his team that, and I'm telling you, we're going to be contenders next year. Know it if you know or you don't know Purdue. We have two very good freshmen right now, and Eric Hunter Jr. and Aaron Wheeler, and those two are going to be studs, number 1 and number 2 on the team, and they're going to be great. Matt Harns is going to be better next year. Carson Edwards returns, he's going to be better. Yeah. But I'm telling, again, this was the one Purdue team I thought that could make a run. I really didn't have that much faith in last year's team. When Haas broke his elbow, I'm like, seriously, we did it again. And this year, it's like, seriously, we did it again. But, again, all due respect, great job to Virginia. You played better than us. You were the better team throughout, and good job. I want to thank our seniors, Grady Eifert, Ryan Klein, You two were great. You two played great. And, yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say in this video is about our rebounding. We couldn't rebound the ball all night. And I was thinking, I was like, wow, a couple years ago, like 2016, 2017, we had no problem rebounding the ball. We had Swanigan just taking those boards, Now it's one of our biggest fears. That's one of, not fears. It's one of our biggest weaknesses. That's one of the reasons we didn't win the game today. Was because of our inconsistency to rebound the ball. And when that ball went in that backcourt, I really thought we were going to win after Klein missed that free throw. And then they gave it to that one guy who had a huge game. He tips it right in. Game's going to overtime. That moment I was like, we can win in overtime. We can win in overtime. We didn't, And again, I'm going to say this for like the fourth, fifth time in the video. All due respect to Virginia, I honestly hope that Kyle Guy does get a championship because he deserved the hell out of it, man. I really think, and I don't say that about very many players, especially ones who just beat us like that. All due respect to Virginia, I hope Virginia does go on because Kyle Guy, after watching that, he is one of the classiest players. His after-game interview, he referenced God, he referenced, he's just a great overall kid, and I really hope best for him in his future. And I'm telling you, Purdue will be back. So I'll see you in the next video. If any of you stay until the end, please like, subscribe, share, I guess. But thank you. Goodbye. and Boiler up.